Yo, what up, YouTube? What's up, everybody in the bakery community? We are back with another episode of the Bakery Podcast. I'm your host, Mac Diesel, the host with the most, the best, better than the rest. And we are here to enjoy ourselves and have fun and dive in. Anyways, this week's been a long week. I did not record this earlier. This was recorded on Thursday of June 13th. So I'm a little late. It'll be up tomorrow, Friday, the 14th. So y'all probably be seeing this now. Anyways, um, want to get into a little topic today. Kind of want to talk about the word love and what it means to me and what it may mean to other people. And then after that, I want to get into talking about my brother, Drew, or as he likes to call himself, is it North Star? Not North Star. Is it North Star? I don't recall. Give me 1 second. Let me find it. Yeah, it is North Star. I was right. So his name is North Star. We're gonna review his song that he put out recently on SoundCloud, and then we will also get into some movie slash TV things and that of that nature. So without further ado, let's get it cracking. So let's talk about the word love. Let's talk about the meaning of love. Let's talk about how it can, you know, do things and change things and change thoughts and minds all around the world. I think the word love gets thrown around a lot and a lot of people don't use it properly. I think that it's a very sensitive topic as well as it comes off as a way that is meaningful. And when you're just throwing it around and just using it any kind of way, it tends to make people feel like you're not serious, or it tends to come off as a joke or even just in a friendly manner. Now, when you don't put a explanation behind when you say the word love, there's going to be confusion regardless if it's a relationship, family, or friendship. When it's a friendship, I think when we say I love you, it's in a manner of I love you like family, you're like my brother, like my sister, or in other words, people like to flat out just say, "Oh, you're my brother, you're like my sister." But that's neither here or there. Now, when you say it with family, obviously, it's going to come with some meaning. It's going to come with a lot of affection. It's going to come with a lot of attention. It's going to come with a lot of, you know, compassion behind it. And which is an important thing. You never want to go anywhere without telling your family you love them. That's number one. So that's just the way I look at it as far as friendship and family. Now, when we talk about relationship, right? And this is basically what this is about. We're talking about relationship wise. We're talking about love. We're talking about compassion, like I just said earlier. We're talking about feelings. We're talking about emotions. We're talking about how to go about situations when it comes to this word love and like and feelings. The word love is the umbrella. What is underneath that umbrella is everything I just told you: compassion, feelings, emotions, and just how we act when it comes to other people that we are attached to. We are, our soulmates in a sense. Of course, we don't know who our soulmate is, and some people may know already just based off of their journey, but that's other people. I know for me, I don't know who my soulmate is right now. I have ran across a couple people that I have enjoyed my time with and have expressed my feelings and the whole nine. But also, I had to realize that this person may not be interested. And 9 times out of 10, it has happened that way. But it's also because of the actions I have portrayed that has made them feel like, okay, this isn't gonna be it. This is not who I thought it was gonna be. This is not where I see myself long term. Kind of like a job. You work for a certain amount of months, maybe a year, and then you realize, okay, this is not where I want to spend the rest of my life. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. This is what we call trial and error. So for me, I feel like all that stuff is so important because I'm a very big hearted guy. I share a lot of love. I share a lot of emotion, and I'm more in tune with my emotions than most people. But I also tend to have this thought in the back of my mind that if I don't do it now, it's never gonna happen. And I always hear, oh, you just gotta be patient. You gotta wait. You gotta do this. You gotta do that, and that's cool and everything. But then, what if there's somebody else that comes along that's better than me, right? And some people, they don't always choose. And when I say better than me, I mean like, what if they have a different style that this person likes, or what if they talk a different way? Not necessarily personality wise, because I mean, I'm him. Anybody who's got a better personality than me. Man, that's besides the point. Let me not get ahead of myself. But when it comes to people's decision making, they may see me one way and be like, yeah, I like him, like I think he's cool, blah 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 blah. But then let's say somebody else shows up and they start talking to her, and then she's intrigued with what he's doing. And let's say there's something about him that she likes more than she likes about me. There's a chance that I may lose that opportunity. And people may say, "Oh, it's okay. There's a lot of girls out there. Blah 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 blah. This and the third." And it's like, yeah, but there's not a lot of girls with a maturity level that I see fits me. I feel like I have a very good maturity level to the point where I'm emotionally intelligent. I'm mature than most, and I'm not here to play games. Yes, I'm young. Don't get me wrong. I am young. I should be dating around, seeing what's out there. But at the same time, I'm not here on this earth to just be somebody's therapist or be somebody's escape valve or escape from everything else. If you want to mess with me, you want to talk to me, cool, we can be friends. But I'm not finna do this playing back and forth game. I've done that, and that's it's not fun. It doesn't feel good to me at all. So I'm not gonna waste my time jumping around when I know I could be finding somebody serious. And that's always been my thought. Why am I gonna sit here and play these games with people? But at the same time, I think about it again, and I'm like, okay, I don't have to necessarily play these games, but I can still explore. There's so many options out there. Even when it comes to working, like there's so many options when it comes to work. Like you could be a bar back, you could be a bartender, you could be a hostess, you could be a server, you could be car salesman. Whatever it is that you're good at, you can do anything. There's so many options. Same thing in the dating world, and this is not only for men, but this is also for women too. Like I see it, especially in my generation and the generation behind me. I see that a lot of women prefer to have multiple sources of relationships. And that's not to knock women. I'm not knocking anybody. Same thing with men. We all decide that we want to have different sources of relationships. And that's cool, to each his own. But at the same time, it's like this is becoming such a what's the word? An activity that everybody's hurt. Everybody's got trauma. Everybody's ruined. Everybody's this. Everybody's that. And it sucks because for people like me who were raised by a queen, a black queen at that, and who was taught to act like he's got some sense, it sucks for me because then I come across people who aren't in the same headspace and were treated so poorly that I get the after effects of it. So you think about it, I start dating a girl, right? 2, 3 months go by, and then boom, I end up getting cut off because something triggers them, or they're dealing with somebody else behind my back that triggered them to cause them to stop talking to me, and then stop talking to the other guy possibly, or even just get more attracted to them because they treated them this way and that's what they're used to and they think that's what love is. No, wrong. You don't go to what you've dealt with before because you think it's comfortable. That's not a good idea. And a lot of reason why is because in our brains we've dealt with it so much that it's programmed to be like, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is who, my person is supposed to be. No, you shouldn't have to feel that way. You shouldn't have to keep going back to these toxic situations where if for years this person has told me I'm ugly, I'm not worth anything, and that's what I've heard so much and I'm used to that, and then somebody new tells me that, whether it be joking or not, why do I have to decide that, okay, there we go. That's where I'm gonna be at. This is who I need to be with. This is the person that's gonna change my life. When in reality, we should be able to live a life in this world without those kind of thoughts. We shouldn't live in a world where social media and outside things control our minds to think that toxicity is okay. And I'm not, like, again, I'm not knocking anybody who's dealt with that or trying to trigger anybody who has dealt with that. But at the same time, it's like we as human beings should be able to decipher what's toxic and what's not. We shouldn't be on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok scrolling and then just being fed all these negative narratives that you should be toxic. You should do this to a man. You should do this to a woman. Because a lot of the times I see, at least from my perspective, I see a lot of horrible things that happen to men and both women. A lot of kidnappings, a lot of shootings. When it comes to, oh, you were talking to this guy, bang, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna kill you over this, and this. And R.I.P. to anybody who has lost their life to that type of situation, or even going through the mental and physical abuse like that. It's not love. That's pain. That's more pain than anything. I'm blessed to say that I didn't go through that type of situation with anybody, and I think God has protected me so much from that outside stuff that I don't know what it's like. And I have seen it in other relationships. I have heard things that I didn't exactly agree with or like, but I know I can't say anything because that's not my life. I can give advice all day, but at the same time, I can't intervene and expect somebody to change how they live, how they're deciding to live their life, and expect them to be like, okay, I've decided I'm gonna stop dating this person and I'm gonna live a happier life. Even when kids are involved, like, that's such a dangerous situation because then they're exposed to that and then they're gonna grow up thinking, well, this is how dad treated mom, or oh, this is how mom treated dad, or this is how they treated each other. So this is what I'm gonna do. And they get trained just by watching. Kids pick up on everything very, very quickly. I don't know if anybody else knows it, but anybody who has kids knows. But in all seriousness, man, I think when we talk about the word love and compassion and companionship, we all want it. We all want it from a good place. We all want it from a person who's our ideal person. And no, nobody's perfect, but what you have to do is be willing to sacrifice choosing. It's like a shiny thing over a non-shiny thing. The non-shiny thing is what you actually need, but the shiny thing is something that's what everybody has, or not necessarily everybody has, but it's what everybody wants. It's a want. It's supposed to look and live up to its potential in the wrong manner. So a lot of times we know what we need, but we prefer the want, which is the shinier thing. And you stick your hand in a cookie jar, you're not gonna come out with a bunch of cookies. You're gonna come out with a bunch of crumbs. So that's the risk we take when we use love and think about what's what we need as human beings. We all need companionship, like I said before, or if I hadn't said it, we all need companionship. We all deserve to be with somebody. We all shouldn't be alone. We should have one person we know we can come home to and love on and, have children with and build a foundation with, knowing that this is the life that I was supposed to live. This is the life that is drawn out for me. This is my path. And almost all the time, it happens with everybody. It happened with me. For example, me, like I see a lot of my friends, right? And for everybody that's my friend that's watching this, I'm not speaking on anybody's relationship. I don't know what y'all got going on behind closed doors. That is y'all's business. I love all y'all to death. But a lot of my friends are in these relationships, and I look at from my perspective, and I see them, hugging and kissing each other, holding hands, embracing each other, being each other's peace, being each other's warmth when it's cold, or even being each other's, just being their person. Like I love that for them, and I want it to happen to me. I've always been one to advocate for finding the right human being that's going to be in my life for many, many years, whether that be we get married or we don't get married. I think I've gotten to the point in my life where I'm okay with receiving love from family, receiving love from, friends, my actual friends, receiving love from a stranger on the street, like just telling me a compliment, like, "Hey, man, I really like your shirt." That goes a long way, and people don't realize that. I think we're so used to men and women. I think we're so used to just getting compliments all the time, like, "Oh, you look so high," or "Oh, you look so cute," or this and that. And yeah, that's all fine and dandy. We should all get a compliment every day, but when you're so constantly consumed with that, it tends to corrupt your brain, making you think like, oh, well, this person didn't tell me this, so I'm not gonna be around them. I don't want to talk to them. And it's like, why does it take for somebody to tell you you look good or that you're attractive for you to feel validated? Why do you need to go through somebody else to get your own validation? Validation comes within. So if you're not telling yourself every day, I love you, you're handsome, you're beautiful, you're strong, you're independent, you're this, you're that, you're not giving yourself positive affirmations, you're gonna go look for from someone else. And that's just you filling a void. So don't try to fill a void, fill it with serious love and compassion, not only from real people, but from yourself. You gotta start with yourself first before you start going out and adventuring into the dating world and expecting somebody to be how you want them to be. You cannot change anybody. The only way people change is if they want to change, and if they want to, they will. Men and women. Again, this is not a one-sided thing. This is a two-way street. I have messed up in the past, not towards a woman, but just towards myself and how I present myself and how I present a bond that I'm trying to build. I don't always go about it the best way because I think I'm supposed to be in a rush. Boom, 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 boom. Like, yeah, we're supposed to start dating now. We're supposed to go on dates. We're supposed to do this. It's not. That's not how it works. You have to build a friendship. And once you build that friendship, then comes the bond, right? You build the bond, then comes the connection. Once you build the connection, then you start building towards, all right, I think I'm starting to really like you. Like I can see myself being with you the rest of my life. Once you know your future and you see a future with a person, then comes the love. You know what I'm saying? The love is going to solidify whether a situation is long term or just short term. If it's fake, it's not gonna last. It's gonna crumble. When it's real, it's gonna stay strong and stick like glue. So for all my people out there that's like me, wanting to have that companionship and appreciation from somebody, learn to do it yourself first. Learn to get it from your mom. Learn to get it from your dad. even if you don't have that relationship with either parent or certain family members, if you decide that you want to change that, by all means try to reach out and fix a bond that's been broken so you can have a stronger foundation, a stronger support system. And even if you do already have that bond, that support system, tell them, text somebody, text your aunt, text your uncle, text your grandma, grandpa, because these people don't, they're, everybody's not going to be on this earth forever. And that's so unfortunate. And it stinks because that's the way God made it to be. And I don't want to put that out there as if that's what happened, because I'm not in the Bible like that. But again, we're not on this earth forever. So tell somebody you love them, that's important to you, that you know is important to you. Don't just throw it out there like it's just a frisbee and you just throwing it, seeing if somebody catch it. Not everybody's wanting to catch that. That's not what we're supposed to do when it comes to building relationships with people. You love somebody for who they are, and you stick with them through their flaws and this and that and whatever. Now, when it becomes a point where it's too toxic for your life, then that's different. But at the same time, you have to build boundaries. You got to know right from wrong. You got to make the correct decision. That way it doesn't affect you in the end or long term. So that's all I got to say about that. Now, let's get into the music. And boy, let me tell you something. Again, this is my boy Drew, my brother. Again, his name is North Star. I'll put all his stuff in the description below so you guys can check it out. Um, and before I even get to his music, I just want to say one thing, that guy has been by my side for a long time. He's always had my back, and I just want to say, if you're watching this, Drew, I appreciate you for always giving me the motivation, not only the motivation, but the many, many pep talks we've had. Um, you somebody that I know I love for sure because you're my brother. You really are family to me. So all I can say, man, is keep grinding, keep putting that music out because it's good, bro. Your wordplay, everything is fire, bro. I really look up to you, brother. Like, just keep striving, man. Like, you doing the damn thing for real. But enough of that mushy stuff. Let me show you a song he made, dog. It's so fire. Listen to this.
Look, I'm not a seasonal nigga, could never change on you. Switch lanes on you, stick and shift the blame on you. I made a promise we get rich, hopping out of foreign whips, holding umbrella grips, it'd never rain on you. And I intend to keep those promises. Just bear with me like Grizzly mascots at colleges. Ironically enough, I could've had a scholarship. What's even more ironic, I started taking my collagen. Locked in a chamber, hyperbolically timing my form. All of this protein I'm consuming, I could rival Thor. Low-key, I'm Kratos with the pen, boy, I'll start a war. Don't open Pandora's boxes, you could lose it all. That's not a threat, that's a fact, and I'm just being honest. My flow's harder than block parties and Scotch bonnet. Or I can switch it up and have you skipping rocks on it. Life is like a movie, and I think outside the box office. Told my dogs in the kennel that there'd be better days. Roll with a pack of Dalmatian spotters from miles away. All of them alpha beta thoughts seem to get in the way. Tempers start to rise, how can I guide when they leading astray? I feel like Nagato, pain is just a part of the game. I lost my nan and turned Gara, you could see the rage. Almost burnt the book, me and God wasn't on the same page. A shame, cause when I need him, I drop to my knees and start to pray. I'm turning 30 and I worry who's gonna have my baby. Can't find a wife in the city because these bitches crazy. They claim I love you, then duck you Canada Goose statements. Some of the boldest, but joy will always outbloom hatred. That's the coldest triple entendre you'll ever hear. Some people deaf to the music, this won't tune to your ears. Another cog in the machine and I'm tuning the gears. Trying to be on a boat with my peers, overlooking the pier. These trainers, the fruits of my labor, got too many pairs. Eyes are the window to the soul, I get too many stairs. Elephant in the room, I'm in my element in the room. Inhale, exhale, I won't give them any air. You're in it there.
My time's come, I am the one, you know that I'm the man. My time's come, I am the one, you know that I'm the man. My time's come, I am the one, you know that I'm the man. My time's come, I am the one, you know that I'm the man.
What's the? I can't find that verse. Life is like a movie, and I think outside that box office. That bar alone was crazy, dude. And then the other bar with Nagato, like, what? This man is dog. That's such a that's such a gas bar. Like that is beyond creative. That's the most creative thing I've heard. I think in a long time. And Lil Wayne and Drake and all them, yeah, they good. But my brother, he's coming, bro. Man's fire. So shout out to you, man. I had to put you in the episode, dog. So don't forget to watch it, man. Anyways, that's it for the music part of this. Now let's get into these movies and TV shows, right? I just recently watched House of the Dragon season 1. Obviously, there's only one season. They're getting ready to come out with season 2 on the 16th, so y'all definitely watch that. Man, let me tell you something. I've never been into Game of Thrones or any of that crap, but when I tell you that got me hooked, oh, it got me hooked, bro. There was a lot of things I didn't exactly agree with, but I have to say because of the storytelling and the timeline and how it's played out so far, everything's just like it's good. It just makes sense. Everything goes together. There's not a part in the show right now that I can say has left me confused. And I can't even express any of it because I know a lot of people have not seen it, but bro, when I tell y'all that show is legit, that show is legit. I would definitely recommend everybody looking into it and watching it because it'll definitely have your mind like, holy crap, this is great. So definitely. And then also, Bad Boys is out. I want to go see that. I might end up going to see that by myself tomorrow, but I don't know just yet. I have a lot of things going on tomorrow, so I may go see it next week, but we'll see what happens. I just don't know. I do not know right now. But anyways, man, that was another episode of the Bakery Podcast. I am grateful for you all. I appreciate you all showing love and watching me and even watching my shorts and my TikToks because I really want to. I say this every time. I really want to make a change in my life, not only my life, but other people's lives. And I want to build this from ground up and make a difference, not only in my community and not only for my peers, but future generations to come. Whether they listen to me or they listen to somebody else that has the same message, I want to be able to be a part of that change. And if I have kids, change, have them grow up in a life that's pure and clean to the world. But with all that being said, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those noties so you know when I'm posting for Instagram. Not only Instagram, but TikTok. Not only TikTok, but YouTube. And with that being said, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I'm out.
Yeah, we rolling, we doing our thing. Hey, bad little shawty, she looking for me, but I gotta keep a low profile. Can't get exposed. Letting these